after winning 3 in a row. These two teams just played on Christmas. Taylor stepped in at halftime, made some things happen against Philly. First down throw for a first down. Darius Slayton. Connection made to the 44-yard line. Barkley now in his 6th year, looking for his 4th 1,000-yard rushing season, and he spun down. Hassan Reddick pressing the line and makes the play in the backfield. Nickel package here on a 3rd and 13 for New York. Taylor straight back. He throws an excellent deep ball. He's looking for the long one to Hyatt, and it's incomplete. Giants take over. They are minus 70 in the first quarter this season. That's second worst in the NFL. Taylor, a bullet over the middle. Robinson, major yards after the catch off the zigzag move. And into Philadelphia territory down at the 40-yard line.
Running on the offensive side of the ball.
Second and goal for the Giants. Looking to strike first. Taylor gets brought down. Tyrod Taylor might have been an issue with his thumb as he was coming off the field there. Mason Crosby with a chip shot, 24 yards, and the Giants on the board first with a 3-0 lead. 5 straight wins over the Giants. They're 14-3 against New York since 2014. It's a running play for Gainwell, and he's got room. Gainwell accelerates into Giants territory, and he's brought down inside the 40 for Kenneth Gainwell.
Watch the best center in the league take care of business. Jason Kelce pulls, meets Bobby Okereke in the hole, and nullifies him as a tackler.
DeVito continues to take some practice tosses. This is a 2nd and 9 for Philadelphia. Play fake, well timed. A.J. Brown coughs up the football. Giants have it with McFadden. And Brown is down with an apparent right thumb injury. Fake it. DeVito trying to run and caught from behind. Could not accelerate from Keely Ringo on the play. It's going to go down as a sack.
And remember, we haven't seen a Jalen Hurts run yet. None of the quarterback run game thus far.
From the 29, Gainwell slicing. First down, Philadelphia. Motion man is Gainwell on 4th down. Hurts, nobody there. Not the season that they wanted, but they've processed every emotion you could go through this year. Taylor lets it fly. Caught inside the 5 by Robinson. First and goal for New York. You're seeing why they were so high on him coming out in the draft. Barkley trucks in for the touchdown. Giants add to their lead.
Watch Glowinski, 64. He's going to escort him, but he didn't need much beyond his pads because once he dropped the shoulder on Reed Blankenship, who was an excellent tackler, over 100 tackles for the season. Because of Saquon.
With just over 7 minutes to go in the first half. 10-0 lead here for the Giants. Blitz is on. Hurts goes down. Dane Belton. Second-year safety from Iowa. First down for the Giants, and Barkley hit down low, nowhere to run.
The top of our play sheet, I want to extend this lead.
Taylor, he's got the touch, and he's got the first down. Drops it in the bucket to Darren Waller. During this 1-4 stretch, Giants up 10-0. Taylor puts some heat on it. Catch and curl by Robinson. Forced out of bounds inside the 5. First and goal for the Giants. Taylor, option, Barkley gets there for the touchdown. Second of the day for Saquon Barkley.
Go back to last week and plug in the tape against Arizona. One of the things that hurt the Philadelphia Eagles, the inability to tackle in the open field. And again, Saquon Barkley, open field tackle possibility, makes a shake move. But can they find anything, just one big play, to get them back going in the right direction?
Hurts, spun down. Okereke gets home. Giants trying to convert on a 3rd and 2, 2 minutes to go. First half, high snap, Taylor looking for the deep ball. Saquon Barkley's got it. Big play downfield inside the Philadelphia 20.
They've got them going, and it starts right there. Tyrod Taylor with a high snap, no panic, stays calm in the pocket, and they ran Saquon Barkley on motion across the formation and finds open space and a beautiful throw.
Taylor looking to throw again. Step, toss, Slayton, touchdown on the catch and run, and the Giants are pouring it on.
This touchdown's a combo plate. Watch the secondary. This is a total bust in coverage. And leaving Slayton wide open by himself. Tyrod Taylor created enough in the backfield and found the open spot. The open receiver takes it and goes over the sideline.
They're trying to avoid their third straight 3 and out. This is a 3rd and 8 for Philly. Hurts loads it up, taking a deep shot. Terrific defensive play, McKinney, but he was out of bounds. So there's that one. Did it touch the white as he was leaning forward? Gene Steratore is watching these replays along with us.
Yeah, remember the call on the field was incomplete.
Hey, Gene, what'd you see?
It was, guys, but I tell you what, I think it's an amazing play by Xavier McKinney. I saw a slice of green there, guys, between that right toe and the out of bounds, and we can see him dot the I with that left toe. So I know the left one's good, and I think it's going to be overturned to an interception. An amazing job with the feet from Xavier McKinney.
Really good play by McKinney, and if it turns out that way, essentially becomes a punt 1 down early for Philadelphia.
But I think McKinney would take it.
That it's about what the injuries are and who they have, more so than the Dallas score at this point. 14-10 is not when you pull people out.
Mariota has it intercepted. Stepping in, McKinney's got his second.
That pressure comes man-to-man coverage, and there's no retreat. Xavier McKinney never took a backward step, was never threatened.
Giants have the most takeaways in the NFL since week 5. That's 30. Taylor. And that's knocked upstairs and intercepted by Blankenship. Off the deflection. Limping after the INT. Shepard, the intended target.
Interception in the end zone. First down 10, Philadelphia.
What a play by Bradbury, the former New York Giant. You just mentioned Sterling Shepard and the respect everyone has for him in the locker room. That felt like a chance to get him because they're not pushing anything downfield.
It's a running play. Gainwell. And they gang up on him. Gainwell. Tackle from behind. And that'll do it. Giants trying to finish 4-4 at home. Philadelphia 11-5 entering play today. Mariota is going to tuck and run. First down. 2nd down and 6. The defending NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles down 24-0 to the New York Giants. Rashad Penny. Eagles were 14-3 last season, lost to Kansas City in a classic Super Bowl in Glendale. Mariota knocked away at the last moment. Zacchaeus, the intended target, and McKinney has been everywhere. All of that has escaped them over the last 6 weeks.
In their attempt to play clean football, I think it's tightened them up even more to where they're trying to be perfect on everything, and that's a really nice play there.
Well placed by man. The Eagles get down the field.
Yeah, something wasn't right with that one.
2nd and 2. The cut by Barkley, and he's spun down.
Shoot, I thought he was telling me to get open.
No. The other CD.
Oh, my bad.
Not you,
Oh,
CD.
I thought I'd put on a pretty good move right there.
CD Lamb. Taylor feeds it. Caught by Slayton. Still going on the sideline and out of bounds. He wanted to walk that tightrope all the way to the end zone.
Eagles had a chance to, if these injuries had occurred then, you might have a chance to get some people back. Now, it might be a press to get them back in 1 week before their first game, which looks like it's going to be at Tampa. To get them into 3rd and long and try and take that play out of the game, and for the most part, the Giants have done that today.
Motion man Boston Scott. Mariota will fly this one to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Covey brought it in, but was out of bounds.
Boys, he played well down the stretch, too. Seen his numbers in the last 7-8 games? He's been sensational.
36-yarder from Jake Elliott is good.
Sirianni also beat it in our heads.
On first down, Mariota. He hits Covey, who bounces off a tackle, and he's got a first down.
I think that wore on his team.
It was building.
Yeah, without a doubt.
From the 16, Mariota, pump and throw, end zone, caught, touchdown, Quez Watkins.
Mariota gave him a chance, of course, but Watkins just determined to go up and get it. There's Dane Belton, 24. There's Trey Hawkins, 37, who began the year as a starter as a rookie and has struggled in recent weeks. And we need a drive here to help out our defense a little, and they're giving it to him.
The run for Taylor finds a crease. First down. Last week was his second career 300-yard passing game. He's on the brink of making it his third, 296 yards through the air. Eric Gray rips through for a first down run. 5.5 to play.
So they made that a lateral out there to him?
Yep. So some housekeeping there as Crosby connects.
That's gone. That is out the window.
Deep drop.
Going there.
Mariota fumbles the football and the Giants recover it. So stepping in, Ojulari to pounce on it. Get the highest pick possible. The players don't think that way. Taylor's pass is deflected, incomplete. Sterling Shepard, the intended target.
And I went, my goodness.
Phil Simms going up against Ron Jaworski.
Mark Rippon.
And that's it. The New York Giants hand the Philadelphia Eagles a loss in the regular season finale.